Hello, hello, and welcome to the Final Nine coverage for the Lake Chabot New Year's Classic 2022. We'll be playing the Final Nine on the lake course, different from the bay and the hills course. This lake course is the permanent one that exists all year round.
Starting with Cody Kirkland from Castro Valley, California, with a rating of 10-12.
Yeah, coming off the hot round, I have a two-stroke lead over Austin Hoop here, rating of 10-24 from Newcastle, California. He shot a 5 down in the last round coming into this final nine. Next up is Jacob, who shot a 4 down, had a lot of birdies, but had some struggles as well on the putting green. Lost a couple strokes there, and he is sitting 5 back of the lead.
Tomaselli from SoCal, California, with a rating of 10-10. He's been up, he's been down. Right now he's a little bit down, but you never know.
Yeah, he's 6 off the lead. He and Jacob, one of them would have to get quite hot to catch up to myself or Austin here. But there's a lot of room for moving in these final nine. The lake course typically has a green 9 holes and a yellow 9 holes, and we're playing kind of a hybrid version today. Hole 1 is a 429-foot par 3, plays quite a bit further, extremely uphill. Parking lot left is OB, and there's a staked line right that's OB as well. You're trying to get as much distance as you can on the drive and leave yourself either a short up shot or a long putt.
So in this one, they're trying to get up there for a putt, but it's a big pull, which some of these guys got, as you can see. Getting across that path and up on the green, very nice shot right there.
It's about pin high, maybe 40 feet right at the basket. We'll see if I have a look from over there.
Yeah, this one's uphill at the end, but if you can carry it, then you're doing just fine.
That's a great line.
If you turn it over, you can go OB. Come up a little left, you got an uphill shot, but
yeah, getting greedy here for the 2 can certainly bring that 4 into play, and I would say this hole will probably play close to pars.
And I would say all these guys are going to get greedy. They need to make a move right here. So he's got a rip on it like he wants to get his 2.
Yeah, good rip there by Jacob. Doesn't quite get it out to flat or Anheuser, so he's going to be probably 90 feet short if he settles down right there.
And uphill, and there's some trees in the way, but it's not terribly thick. Tom's here should have the power to get up there. And he's had his taste of the lead on this tournament. You know, he wants it back, so I think he'll be going for it. Turn it over a bit, pulled it right, doing something very stable.
Yeah, it has enough finish there to stay away from those stakes and stay in bounds. A couple feet right of that on the landing, and he's probably skipping OB there.
Yeah, it looked like he scared everybody, including himself. So here's a pretty good sidearm upshot from here. Just a nice little turnover line.
Yeah, if you get up there clean, it should be okay. Hard to reach the OB on the left from there. Good shot.
Yep, that's right where you want to be. There is an uphill slope to it, so you can kind of give it a run, but will they?
Yeah, it's just tough. It's tough with the uphill footing. It's tough to get a lot of power into your throw.
Yep. Still early, but Thomas knows he needs to make a move.
Oh, just short off the rim there.
That was a good bid right there, yep. But he's experienced. He knows 9 holes comes and goes in a hurry, and if you don't start making a move early. This guy here has got a pretty crowded putt right here. What's he going to do?
Yeah, you can kind of see the basket poking out through those trees in the middle. There is a gap there right between those trees. I could also go off to the right if I wanted to just lay it up and be a little safer.
Looks like he's hungry and he wants to go right down the middle. Let's see. What's your guess of what he's going to do? Yep, the hungry man. Good bid.
Yeah, got a bit aggressive there. It was chain high, but just a little left of the basket. But most importantly, I made the gap, so I'm out in the open putting for par.
Yep. Feeling comfortable right here? Yes. Goes high in the chains. Good putt. But nothing, back the final 9, you always have a little jitters. And
yeah, especially with the 2-stroke lead.
Yeah.
It's
that's paper thin.
Everything
that's not
feels
much.
Exactly. Everything feels very tight.
Yeah.
But we'll see a tap-ins for pars from the entire group here.
1 down, 8 to go. Yeah, this is where the players in the back start feeling a little less air. You start getting tight. It's like, I only got so much time. You kind of hope that the lead's going to make some mistakes, but it's going to be up to you to make the move. You can get a stroke or two when the leader falters, but mostly you have to do the work.
Hole 2, 386 feet. This is a very difficult par 3. It wraps around this corner here and off to the right about 60 feet. It only says it's 380, but there's not really an easy backhand line, and to get there forehand, you probably have to have 450 feet of power.
It plays more like 500, I'd say. Yeah, because you got to get up to the top of that hill, turn the corner, and then go a lot farther. This is very difficult, especially with the sun in your eyes right there. You got to throw some crazy roller that goes right into the sun and turns over like that and keeps going and then keeps turning and then goes right to the basket like that. That generally works. But how often could you do that? Apparently, when you need it. Nice shot right there.
The closest I've ever been on this hole, and this is a course I play all the time.
Yeah, and there's no better time, so that's kind of like, the other players start to feel a little tightness in their throat when they see that, and there's only a few holes left.
Hoop with a good roller as well. Doesn't quite flip as much as he needed, but he probably has about 45 or 50 feet left for birdie there.
That was a good shot. Pretty much the same line, just didn't pull it in tight as you did.
It's difficult to get far enough right once you get up that hill because going up the hill makes your rollers more stable. So it's really hard to get enough flip on them.
Right, that's the hardest part is flipping them over here.
Jacob's trying to beat the corner with an air shot.
Which can be done.
Yeah, sneaks through that tree line and leaves him maybe a 40, 45 footer for birdie there.
Yeah, you really got to have a big power to get around that corner in the air, but it can be done. As you can see, the sun is right in your eyes, too.
Yeah, part of the challenge here is also these trees on the left, so you can't go a really wide turnover that holds the whole way. You're forced to kind of go into a hyzer flip up the hill 450 feet. So it's
it's tighter than it looks. It seems like a wide gap, but when you're standing there in those trees on the left, it's really not that skinny.
Here's Thomas from maybe 100 feet out.
Again, he's feeling like timer's running short, so he can't lay these up. Good bid right there. Not good enough, but...
Yeah, it's tough. You want to pick up strokes here early, but these first couple of holes are both so daunting, such difficult par threes.
Yeah, so Austin needs to hit this one. That's tough. Yeah, when you're a couple strokes back and your opponent's under the basket, basically, you really feel it. Put a little extra pressure on your putt. There's a good bid right there.
Jacob just off the top there. Good run. Rare to get a 2 on this hole.
It really is.
Here's part tree, part Jacob. We'll see what he can do.
Yeah, this is a tough one right here. Tough stance. Did not appear to want the straddle, but he's going to take the knee. Much easier.
Yep, taps it in. Well done there. The nice thing about those bushes on the right is you can kind of be aggressive on these putts, and you won't go too far by. You might have an awkward lie there, but you won't go very far by.
That was one of the best drives I've seen there, that's for sure. Nicely done. And that's putting you out there. That's got to feel good. Add to the lead on a difficult hole like that. Got to give you a burst of confidence and definitely put the sweat on the brow of your opponents.
Totally. There aren't a lot of... seems like it's hard to make up a lot of ground on some of these holes where they're very challenging, hole 1 and hole 2 especially.
Yeah, you feel like you're pretty much locked in. Everybody's going to either 2 it or 3 it, and can't really see what's going on there. Yeah, I was down there when you threw that, and you knew it. You knew it was good. Because it was good.
I was happy. I was happy with the throw, really, and I heard a crowd reaction on when it cut around the corner, so I knew it had to be pretty good.
Yeah. This is one that he wished he'd have had to try and keep pace.
Yeah, it came out of his hand good. You can see the shadow flying across the basket there. Right. Just misjudged the distance a little bit.
Yeah.
Here's hole 3, 327 feet, par 3. The basket's actually a little to the right. Tough gap initially and plays uphill, probably plays more like 350, 360. You either have to get a really big forehand hyzer or a little hyzer flip or a equally big backhand that turns and holds the whole way. There is a big hill long as well that does not play as OB, but is extremely penalizing.
Yeah, this one plays hotter than the 327 it shows. You got the good angle. You got to turn it over. That looks like a bit much. Stuck behind those coyote bush there. Not much of a putt.
Yeah, just a little early there for me. Going to leave me a tough look there.
This Austin is definitely thinking money right here. It's a sidearm hole. He
Takes
goes
the small gap. Wow.
Yeah, he does. Gets aggressive. Does not pay off for him.
Probably left with about 40 feet, likely with some bushes in his way.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm guessing that left route was a bit too much to carry.
Yeah, that's a huge forehand to get there through the left gap. I think
Yeah.
you need probably 450 to get there.
Turned it over a bit much. Shouldn't be trouble, but it's definitely not a friendly look with that drop off behind.
Yeah, probably only about 30 feet there. Yeah, he got good penetration and kind of skipped up that hill. So he'll have a look for birdie, although, as Peter mentioned, it's a scary one. Pretty much every look on this hole is a scary one. There's that big hill right there.
Thomas has put the shades on because of this light. The sun's coming in your eyes on these holes, and he's pulled it out left a little bit. Didn't quite turn it over enough, but did not drop off the hill.
Probably about 50 feet here.
Yeah, he's following the ridge line, so it's not a bad putt. Everything left is a drop off, so he doesn't have a bad lie as far as what's behind the basket. Oh.
Just flies over. Lucky to catch that bush there
Yeah.
and stay close. If that skips and rolls, it can easily go down that hill. And often that hill, you'll wish it was OB.
Yeah, you'll add a couple strokes just to begin. So here's the putt that looks easy, but it's not, just because of what's behind it. So if you don't think about what's behind it, it's not that hard. Ooh.
Just short there from Jacob. Catches the rim, some chains, and then ultimately is rejected.
Those hurt the most. It got over the rim in the front, but not the back.
Good release there. Got to feel good about that one going to
Yeah.
the next hole. You can
But
take
I
some
don't think
confidence
he
from a
did.
good putt.
He didn't look like he felt good, but you're right. You got to feel good about those because it was all but in.
Yeah.
There's Austin still pushing. He knows he needs to hit this.
Yeah, certainly
running.
feeling the pressure.
Yeah, he's running out of holes, and there is a big drop off behind him, but didn't slow him down. But that bush fortunately did, because it's dangerous behind.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to give that a run, but tough to give it the juice it needs.
And I'm thinking the same thing here, right? You wanted to shoot at that one, but you did not. Wisely, as you were saying right there to me.
Yeah,
remember that. Yeah.
That would have been a very risky putt, which I
Right.
did not need to take at this point. I
Yeah.
had 3 strokes on hoop at the moment, so no need to get fancy here.
And we all know when you get a look at it, you know, and you got 3 strokes, sometimes you're going to go for those, and you shouldn't. So it's good that you did not have a look at it.
Yeah, everyone will clean up for par there. Birdieable hole, but pretty difficult. We saw some looks there, and nobody was able to capitalize. Hole 4 is a par 4, 624 feet. Extremely beautiful, scenic shot here. You're throwing down the hill and then back up this steep hill into this gap, and then another 200 feet back to this basket. This is a absolute beast of a hole. On the tee shot, you can either lay up short to give yourself a better angle into that gap, or you can attempt to attack the gap, which is probably 430 feet off the tee. So very challenging hole. Tough to get a 3 on.
Yeah, the light's not really good to see how really scenic this hole is. This one here is the best hole on the course. This guy here is laying up, which was the right thing to do. It was good to see. It was a smart call.
Right where I wanted it.
Smart call. Everybody else has got to push for it. They got to catch you, because it's one or the other. Either you're going to shoot for the gap and go for that 3, or you're going to lay it up and take a chance of getting a 3. And one play is over the top, and one play is trying to hit the gap in the center.
Good angle here by Hoop. We'll see if he can penetrate at this tree line. And he does. Gets up on top.
There it is. That's the money shot right there.
If you can get that drive, it makes it a 3 fairly straightforward. But if you mess that up, you'll be at the bottom of that very steep hill being forced to either throw something overhand or throw backwards to get a better angle.
Yeah, there's no way to get there if you don't get that cliff. So that was a great shot. That's
exactly what he needed.
Where you want to be. Jacob trying to go over the top of these trees, which is the play if you got a big backhand.
Yeah, crashes into them. It's deceptively far to get over those trees.
Yeah, and I'm guessing Thomas is pushing his foot on the accelerator right here, so he's not laying up. He's thinking the same thing. But the thing is here, you got 100 feet down, so you don't think to throw up. You have to throw up over those trees. Those trees are actually higher than your tee, but
Yeah, so he drops straight down there. You'll see when he gets down there, the angle is pretty insurmountable to get up on top of the hill from there.
Yeah.
It's just so vertical. I've probably got 300 feet or so, maybe 320. I have to go steeply up and then stay low under the limbs.
But it's the perfect layup shot. That's right where you want to be, center gap. Just lay one up through the middle and play the smart route. Apparently, you did it right. Nice shot.
I did it right.
Yeah, that's tough. So they're, those trees are, 80 feet above them right now?
Yeah. They were looking at Jacob's disc, which is stuck about
Was it?
maybe 80 feet up in a tree.
Right.
And another player actually climbed up and retrieved the disc, which is
Nice.
pretty cool.
That is cool. So he's literally going backwards, right?
Yeah, he is
Yeah.
throwing almost straight backwards here, going back to where my drive was to try to find an angle up into that gap.
How often do you see that? Not very often.
Yeah, I mean, that's the nature of this hole is extremely risk-reward. If you go for that shot and you don't get it, you're giving up at least one stroke, probably two.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen two players shoot backwards in the hole. Because that's it. You got to go over those trees or hit that gap or just play to there. And when there's only 6 or 7 holes left, you don't lay up when you're a few strokes down. And the leader's playing steady. You got to push.
Yeah, flexing forehand there by Thomas. Slightly overturned. Skips up, though, and is probably 60 feet left of the basket.
Right. So at this point, you got to figure he's starting to feel things slip away and not quite on top of his game as he should be.
Yeah, this is a tough shot. You have to go quite high and then stay low under the limbs.
Right, and you
Good
got to turn that
execution
over.
there. Leaves it probably 40 feet short left.
Right.
Maybe a little more.
Yeah, definitely the signature hole on the final 9.
And you can see what Hoop is rewarded with that incredible drive. Hits the gap and now has maybe 180 feet in, pretty wide open.
Yeah. See what he can do. Places it right down the middle. Very nice. Yep. A tap in 3 on this hole is very nice. Wouldn't say it's rare, but it's it's not that often. As you can see from these guys who had to throw backwards.
Yeah, 3 absolutely feels like a birdie here.
It really
It
does.
even feels like a birdie plus, honestly. Taking a 4 feels pretty solid.
Yeah, agreed. There's some of those par 4s that a 3 feels pretty standard, but this one, like you said, a 4 feels good.
Yeah, good run there by Jacob. Leaves it just short. That would have been a great save for 4.
Very nice tap in 3 right there. Yeah, anytime you come out of there with a 3, that's a good thing. This is definitely the toughest hole on the back 9, the final 9.
Totally. And Hoop already being on top. I felt very fortunate to not lose a stroke to him there.
Yeah, I would guess. Made you second guess laying up a little bit, but still, I mean, that upshot was money.
Yeah, I've played this hole several times. I've always gone for the gap, and I've never taken better than a 4.
Right,
So I'm
yeah.
very happy to take
agree.
the 3 with the layup.
Yeah, every time I try for that, it's like very seldomly do I hit that gap up there. And the pin's not in that position very often, so you don't get to practice it. But laying up when you hit the center spot like that is the way to go. So hole 5, par 3, 252 feet. This one's about as easy as it gets right here. Everybody's looking at this one for an ace run.
Only real danger is if you land short right of the basket, you can roll off that hill either onto the green or deep right and have a tough putt. But anything that's short left or left of the basket is going to be a pretty easy birdie putt.
What are you throwing here?
This is a jawbreaker zone.
Yeah, this one you want to get it up high and give it an ace run, because just trying for the birdie, you hit that hill and roll back, sometimes on the green, sometimes to 40, 50 feet. But if you get an ace run, you're up there on the hill and it rolls back to the pin. Sidearm, not the best angle to attack the hill, but
Yeah,
Austin knows what
shows
he's
his
doing.
confidence,
Yeah, exactly. He's still in the game right there.
Matches the hill's angle well there, so he
Yeah.
doesn't skip very far.
Right.
Probably about 20 feet.
Right. This is definitely one you want to think ace on.
Absolutely.
But you got to get it up high.
Good shot here by Jacob. Lands left of the basket, so he stays up about 15 feet. Again, anything left of the basket, very good. Almost will never roll away from the basket. We usually funnel towards it.
Yeah. It's got it up high enough. That's the trick here, is to hit that grass up there, and when you roll to the basket, not too far down.
Yeah, good drives by the group. I think I'm furthest away, or Hoop's furthest away, maybe 25 feet.
The one sidearm of the bunch.
Yeah, speaks to his confidence with that forehand to throw it here.
Solid putt right there. No hesitation, knows exactly what he's doing. Starting to feel locked into his spot, most likely. Just doing his job, getting it done.
Yeah, birdie on the last hole, birdie here. He's got to keep the foot on the gas pedal
Yeah,
to keep the pressure on.
definitely. Nice putt right there. Nothing routine about that when you got a few holes to go and only a couple strokes, and the guy on the back of your neck has just made a nice putt. You just got to keep your head down, do your job.
Yeah, Austin is keeping this a close race as possible. Playing very well.
He is playing very well. Just steady.
And there's Thomas rounding out the start frame there with Jacob tapping in as well. Nice birdies for the group. That's what you'd expect to get.
Yeah, you would expect a birdie frame on this one. But again, this was, Austin's got to just keep pushing. He's kind of hoping for you to slip a little bit, but a birdie doesn't pick him up anything. So he's got to keep going.
Hole 6, 318. OB short on the green, OB long with the stakes, OB right with the stakes, OB left with the stakes. There's really about a 45-foot window you're trying to hit just over this green to put it close to the basket.
Yeah, this one's just straight pretty much. It's just all about the angle you get on the disc and how it lands. You got to clear the green. You can't go right OB, you can't go left OB, and you can't be distracted.
Yeah, there's the reverse of the golf cart up on the hill.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, spectators maneuvering around the course aggressively.
Yeah, I'm sure there was a few of those. That was the end of the weekend, and we all had fun. Skip off the green should do it. Looks like you didn't get enough green to get a good skip, but there it is, right there. Nicely done. Yeah, this one you want to use the green and just skip right up to it. Again, same thing. You would think everybody's going to get this one, but anything can happen.
There's Hoop skipping up, just stays in bounds, probably about 40 feet, 45 feet left of the basket. So he'll face a tester there. If you airball that putt, you're going to go straight OB.
Yeah.
Here's Jacob, a little too much hyzer on this. Going to be a little early as well, going right towards the OB, but stays in bounds, probably 30 feet from the basket.
Same thing, just pulling it out a little bit left. Thomas knows what he's got to do. He can't hyzer out like those guys. Just turn it over a little bit more. Looks like he's got it out on the left side, or the right side where he wants to be.
Yeah, takes it out nice and wide, relying on the stability of the disc.
He does not get a friendly skip at all, though.
Probably 35 feet short or so.
Got the lone leader up there at the basket. Everybody else is working.
Yeah, beautiful putt here, but if you miss the basket here, you're going OB. There's OB left, OB long from this angle.
And at this point, he has to make this, so he's got no choice. He's got to be feeling some pressure. Nicely done right there.
Great putt right in the heart.
That's the sign of a good golfer who can win right there, is someone who can hit it when the pressure's on. A couple holes left. He's still in it.
Totally. I mean, he's doing everything you can here to catch
the leader. He's doing it all right. Thomas has the OB right behind. If he goes a little high or goes sailing past, he's dropping off that OB. It's going to feel a little tentative now.
This is one of the ones you just got to commit. You know you're going to make it.
He's got nothing to lose, though. He's got a stroke to pick up on Jacob, and there you go.
Great
nice putt. Yep. Yeah, sometimes having nothing to lose makes that OB disappear.
Yeah, at this point he's really playing for third here.
Yeah.
He and Jacob are in kind of a battle of their own, as well as Hoop and myself.
Exactly. See how Jacob responds.
Yeah, if he makes this, he can keep that stroke over Thomas with 3 to play. This would be really good for him.
Very nice. There you go. That's a sign of a good golfer right there. You play under pressure.
Yeah, he's grinning. He's happy.
He's happy. Yeah, he should be too. Likewise, that guy. Nice putt with a good drive.
Thank you.
Yeah, keep the 3 strokes there on hoop.
With 3 holes to go. It's where the comfort starts to show up, but you don't really feel it yet, right? 3 holes, 3 strokes. You don't feel it, but it's starting to show up.
3 holes, 3 strokes. In my mind, it's like, okay, if I lose a stroke a hole here,
right,
we'll be tied.
Yeah. So you don't let it sink in, but you don't have to be so aggressive. Now you start playing a little more protective. That was a good putt right there. With that OB behind, as you can see. Again, he's got nothing to lose. He's only fighting for that spot. Hole 7, 399 feet. This one, it's pretty much straight out, but then you get to here and you got to go up, up, and up. So it's not easy. That uphill makes it pretty difficult. We'll see how far these guys get.
Probably plays close to 500, I would say.
I would say it's more like 500. So it's, not a lot in the way, but it's how far can you throw when it comes down to it. And how clean is the tee pad? Because footing is everything, because you're going to put everything in it.
Yeah, the only big mistake here is overturning the backhand and going right of the basket. You can get stuck behind a line of trees. That's pretty difficult to get up and down. But
yeah, if you go too far right and behind that tree, you got some kind of a corkscrew shot. So I'm guessing this one's just going to go up there and play it safe, up on the hillside. Give it all you got.
Yeah, I was trying to get a look here with this shot.
Nice.
Left it a little low, so I'm probably about 45 feet short of the basket.
A little higher would have got up there.
A little higher would have probably gave me about a 25-footer.
Right.
Got the line just right.
And Austin's thinking that I got to do this now, running out of holes. Looks like he turned it over a little bit much.
Oh,
but it's
nice
coming
fight back at the end. Yeah,
Nice.
You'll have a long look. Probably 60 feet or so. The added difficulty on this one is the elevated basket. So running these from down that hill can leave you a circle's edge putt coming back if you get too aggressive.
Yeah. You got to make up your mind. So that one almost went too far. Looks like he's got a window right there. We'll see if he takes that or goes around. Thomas needs that 1 stroke back. What's he going to do? Keeps his a little more left. He's going to be up on the plateau if he's liking it.
Yeah, just a little early there from Thomas. Just need a little more flip. Had a good height on it. I think he would have gotten a look if he'd got a little more turnover on that.
But he can see the basket, and that's huge on this one. If you're down too low, you don't see the basket. But that elevated basket, it's not one you want to mess with too much. But again, he's running out of holes, so he lays it up, knowing that his opponent is around the corner and has a tough lie. Austin, on the other hand, is running out of time, so he's almost to the all or nothing spot right here.
Yeah, 3 back with 3 to go. You gotta make this.
Yeah. And he knows it. And he's downhill quite a bit, so we'll see how high he gets it up. And the higher he gets it up, the farther it can go past. But
Hits the pole right on line.
if that extension wasn't there, it might have gone in.
Probably a make on a regular basket.
Yeah.
For sure.
But that's hard to get those things up that high on the uphill, and because he's going past it a ways if he misses. That was a good line.
Yeah, good up shot there by Jacob. Gets it close. Didn't really have a line to get aggressive.
Nice and easy right there, playing the protection game the way you should.
Yeah, I asked my friend who was caddying, and he said, "Run it." And I said, "What?" And then I laid it up.
And then you fired your caddy.
His advice had been sound up until that moment, and then it was...
It's a good thing you know how to play the game. If it was the last hole and Austin was already where he was, yeah, I could say maybe go for it. But 2 to go? No. As we know, a lot can happen in 2 holes.
Yeah, and never want to get, too aggressive and get like a skip off the top and a roll away and then turn it back into a more
right.
more tight match.
And that's the first thing on your mind when you're in that spot. It's like, yeah, you can make it, but you're just playing protection, so just anything could happen.
Hole 8, 357, OB green, short right here, OB line on the left along that tree line. Slightly elevated basket on top of a stump. Really, this is just a throwing darts at it type situation. Only 350, probably plays about 300.
Downhill, pretty wide open for the backhand hyzer shot. Puts it out there where he should. Looks a little low, but it's going to play just fine.
Probably about 28 feet short.
Right,
short
again, not pressing. Just keep it on the fairway. Don't make any mistakes coming into the clubhouse. Austin at this point is starting to think about acing. You got to wonder.
It's got to be on the mind.
Yeah, I mean, you've already laid up. Throws it high enough. Took it in there nice for a birdie, but at this point, a birdie's still going to leave him a little short. So, but a good drive all in all.
Good shot, pretty parked, maybe 10 feet. Here's Jacob, who still has a stroke on Thomas for third place. I'm sure that's on both of their minds.
Clearly, so he's playing a little protecting, but knows he can't slack up at all.
Perfect drive there.
Very nice. Again, Thomas starting to think about acing because the next hole's not aceable. At this point, it's like, do you rely on your opponent to make a mistake, or do you go for it? And looks like he hires it a bit too much, indecisive maybe.
It looked like he wanted to get aggressive there, but didn't commit to his flat line, so it goes OB left there. Probably about 50 feet here.
Right, an all or nothing putt here, nothing to lose. Good bid right there.
Yeah, there's that smile. It's been one of those days for Thomas. They've been coming out good, but they have not been.
Right. I mean, that was
not been hitting.
Normally, that was a good putt, a good run. But under these circumstances, he's not going to be proud of that. But it was a good putt. This one you want to make. You're feeling comfortable. You just relax.
It's a little too close to lay up, I think.
Yeah, exactly. But the nerves are running wild, so it's not an easy putt. So that's very understandable.
Yeah, I didn't feel bad about that miss. I putted it aggressively. It was just a little too high on the uphill putt.
Right, and you did the right thing. You had to go for it, but still, under the circumstances, throwing up that high, anything could happen. Austin taps in.
Finally picks up a stroke on
right.
me here.
It opens a little window of hope. So, plays out a little bit in his favor. 1 hole, 2 strokes. And there's OB on the next one, so anything could happen. As long as that leader plays it safe, he should be able to walk away with it, but we'll see.
Yeah, Thomas taps in for bogey there. Jacob for birdie.
And we head for the last hole of the tournament.
Hole 9, par 4, probably about 500 feet, just on the far side of this hill. To clear the green is probably about a 430, 440 throw, and then it's another 60, 70 feet to the basket, 525. OB left, OB right. Tough to get a look for 2 here, but very gettable for 3. Hoop needs a 2.
Very rollable. A lot of people roll this one.
And he's looking for it.
Yep. This is the aggressive route, is the roller. Turned it up.
A little overturned, yeah, filtering towards that OB, but stays in bounds there on the right side. Probably 250 into the basket from there.
Yeah, this one's gettable, but you got to be aggressive. With OB early and left and right and deep, you got to be careful.
Love that line.
Jacob, at this point, probably feeling a little protective. Keeps it right away from that green. Or not.
Skips on and finishes on the
he
green.
tried.
Yeah,
That's the door squeaking open right there. We'll see what Thomas can do with that one.
Yeah, I thought it was great out of Jacob's hand there, but it's just a long way over that
did
green.
look good.
A little bit of a headwind too at this point.
Let's see what the leader can do. If he can just play it safe. Looks like he put a lot on it, but there we go. Not necessarily just laying up.
Yeah, that'll play probably about 50 feet from the basket. I was interested in getting down there.
That's good. Putting a little extra on it. Now the door's open. What's he going to do? Is he going to roll, try and get there?
he wanted to get there in the air, but just popped it up a little bit.
Yeah, again with the hyzer, same as the last shot. Not turning his stuff over. There's the tombstone, which could, who knows whose name was on it, right? With that OB.
Yeah, here's Hoop from probably 250 or so. Since he's 2 strokes back and I'm up there with about a 50-footer, this has to go in for him to have a
Yeah,
shot.
I would think, right? And he's got no chance of slipping back.
Yeah. I think he's just thinking about making it at this point. Give himself a shot.
Yeah, he looks pretty determined right there.
Good line.
Yeah, it's high enough. Just came up a little short. And the results don't really matter.
Yeah, filters down OB, but as Peter said, not important for the standings. He had to make that at that point to have a shot at winning.
Thomas here knows he's just got to lay it up, and this could continue on to at least a tie. But with that downhill slope on the green, it's not that easy. Just want to barely clear the crest. Came up a little short, but it looks good from here.
Probably about an 18-footer straddle around that tree. Shouldn't be too hard, assuming he can get a stance.
Right. Now the pressure has shifted. Jacob's got to just get this one underneath.
Yeah, up and down will guarantee third.
Right. Just clearing the crest, bounces right over for the gimme.
Perfect shot.
Yep.
That's so touchy there. It's really tough to get over the edge of that hill but not fly down to the bottom as you saw.
Yeah,
Hoop do.
he did the right thing. You want to hit the top and bounce down. So what's going through your head at this point?
I went up and looked, and I saw that Hoop was OB, so I knew I could kind of give this a run safely without too much danger.
A little bit of fireworks for the gallery.
It's a tough putt.
It is a very tough
straddle out
putt,
around that tree,
and
probably
there's
55
so much trouble behind. So if you really go for it, you're going down. I'll be following Austin. So you told yourself, and you told us that you were going for it, but I think you were probably laying out more.
I was interested in giving it a run, but that straddle stance,
Yeah.
I was not able to generate enough
Like I
power.
said, you were
Absolutely
interested in giving it a run.
not. Yeah.
But you did the right thing either way. Austin for hopefully his final putt of the tournament. Goes over the top a little bit.
Yeah, tough to put a lot of focus into that one when you know where you finished already.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And you've been putting so much effort in the whole day, and the whole tournament.
And that slope behind, and Austin's down there. You don't want to go down there.
Good putt there by Thomas.
Nice.
Takes his birdie there on the last hole.
Yep. Austin tapping in. Not feeling great, but, you know, after a day or two, it starts to feel a little better getting second, but never feels good at the time.
Yeah, he played the final line very well.
He did.
Yeah.
You know, he just, you know, you didn't falter for him. That's what it takes sometimes. Let the door open a little bit. And then you can, you know, taste the blood, but you didn't give him a taste of blood, so his steady golf was just to match your steady golf. And final ceremonial tap in. Nicely done. Good shooting. Good win.
Thanks, Peter.
Yeah.
First MPO win for me, and it's nice to get it at the
Really
home course.
nice.
Yeah.
At the home course. Very nice.
Yeah, even though we didn't spend most of the weekend on the home course, it still
Right, yeah.
felt like familiar territory and a lot of familiar faces.
Yeah.
I'm proud to present
Very
this
nice.
to the 2022 Lake Chabot New Year's
Presentation.
Champion Men's Pro Open, Mr. Cody Kirkland.
Thanks, guys. Great tournament, as always.
Say a few words to your fans.
Sure. It's very cool to get a win out here. This is a course I play all the time. I come play the lake course. This is probably my most commonly played course. And this is my first win in MPO. So super exciting, super exciting. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Great to be here. Great to win here. Thanks, guys. I'm out.
Nice win right there. Very nice. First of many in the MPO. What's next for you?
Fading into obscurity. No. You know the drill.
Join my club. Go.
I'm going to play some more tournaments this year. We'll see what I can do.
You got anything on the schedule?
Yeah, I'm going to play in Vegas. Going to play
Okay.
Memorial after that.
Nice.
Hopefully going to play Masters Cup, play OTP. play some West Coast tournaments.
Yeah.
Excited to get a chance. It's been nice to be a part of the East Bay disc golf community and kind of foster a new group of friends and
Right.
find something that I really am passionate about. It's been really nice.
Yeah, golf is very addicting. You got to watch out. Once you get going, and especially when you get a taste of a win, then
Oh yeah,
it kind of sucks you in and takes over your life a bit, in a good way.
for sure. No, happy to be able to play. Happy to have the ability to play and play at a high level. Feels really good.
Yeah, nice to have you here in the East Bay, and good to see you win one.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for coming out, watching Lake Chabot New Year's Classic with us. I've been Cody Kirkland with, as always, Peter Sontag.
As usual. So we'll catch you here next time, perhaps next year or sometime sooner. Thanks to Local Route Productions for putting this on. Another fine job. And we'll see you on the next round. Make those putts.